From within your mind, no one else can find the life that you inspire. From another place, not from outer space, from some place even higher. Ramblers are, ramblers are. I can touch, I can feel, I can hear and see so much more than a fantasy. I can run, I can jump, I can dance and sing. Believe in yourself and do anything.
Believe in yourself and do anything.
From within your mind, no one else can find the life that you inspire. From another place, not from outer space, but from some place even higher. Ramblers are, ramblers are. I can walk, I can talk, I can listen and learn as the wheels in my mind begin to turn. But I'll never forget what you've given.
I can't get his face in
How
there.
to touch, feel, hear, and see.
The power to touch, feel, hear, and see.
Father of Ninja. So listen, I'm doing another stream of Dragon Quest XI demo because I got several requests to do so. And also because part 2, apparently there's a really good part that I'm up to. The castle, apparently there's good stuff there. So I'm doing that. Okay. So I'm sorry. I know I said I wasn't going to play any more of the demo for Dragon Quest XI, but I'm going to do it. But we're also going to play Ion Fury, so welcome to the stream, everybody. Thank you for joining. It's been a little while since I played this. Force VSync in the NVIDIA control panel. I think I did that and it didn't work. Now, I have to go back to stage 1 for a second, because... Hang on a second. Because I missed a reference, a Blade Runner reference. I just don't want to save over my other stuff. Hang on a second. Save game. I want to make a new save file. This is my previous one, I think. I can't really tell. Maybe it was goofing. I think these were just tests. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna try to find this thing.
I can't fit a grenade launcher in my bag.
I'm gonna have to turn off those comments because they're getting real annoying. Also, I haven't managed to fix the frame rate issues I was having, but let me try something here. Hope everyone's doing well. How you doing, chat? Doing good? Someone said that this worked for them, where you go to classic. Oh god, that is so crusty. I forgot how crusty that was. And then you go back. I did a bunch of stuff in the NVIDIA control panel, and that seemed to fix a couple things, but... yeah, I don't know. Vinny, I was enjoying the demo, but then it crashed on me. I lost a lot of progress. What, Dragon Quest? That crashed? Vinny, how was your event in New York City? Well, it was just the Tame Impala concert. It was good. Well, I say just a Tame Impala concert, like it wasn't amazing. But yeah. Like I said, I've been saying this... Shut up. Sorry, it's just the voices, they just happen so much. So, what I was gonna say was that
This is a public service announcement. Return to your homes.
You know what? I think I just have the game volume too loud. Can you touch, feel, hear, and see me, chat? Alright, now, again, I'm on the first stage, and I know I say things like I'm not going to stream a lot of this game from many games, like Dragon Quest XI or Dragon Quest Builders 2, but tonight, I just felt like playing games that I wanted to play. So I'm going to show you... You know, I don't think I'm going to be streaming the full campaign. I might just play a bunch of this game on my own. But the truth is, I'd like to show you the Blade Runner thing, and then I'll just resume from where I left off. But you know how it is. You know how it is. I say it, and then the game is the game. It's hard for me to put certain video games down, and then I think about, like, you know, what do I want to play? What game do I want to play? Well, I did a bunch of Final Fantasy IX this week. Mario Maker 2, as much as I love that game. I don't want to save, that's the problem. I don't want to accidentally save over another, like, save file. Alright, it'll be fine. So I'll show you this Blade Runner thing. I've been meaning to see this myself. Alright, so Mario Maker 2, I'd like to stream more of, but at the moment, the popular levels haven't really been doing it for me. Vinny, chat enjoys you playing games you enjoy over playing games you're streaming because someone has a gun to your head. Sneeze like a duck twice if you need help. She talks in the Blade Runner reference area? Okay. Alright, so then I'll leave the voices on. I like streaming all kinds of stuff. The truth is, I like streaming games I don't like either. But only sometimes. Vinny, what do you think about bees in Minecraft? I think you need to stop telling me about that. How dare you? Oh, Jesus, I need help. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah, that death thing is imminent, isn't it?
An asshole. One good spill deserves another. Your blood for my drink.
Oh, fuck. Why did I choose such a high difficulty for this? Like, what's wrong with me? Hang on a minute. I'm just gonna get to the reference. I'm playing through hard difficulty. We'll go back to hard difficulty when I resume my save file from last time. I just want to, like, get through this quickly, but I also want to talk about this new stuff that's happening. So, a couple things. One, bees are in Minecraft. Everyone's telling me about it. I want you to know I personally don't find bees attractive, but I appreciate everybody telling me that I do. And they're like, Vinny, we need to keep these bees away from you. Now listen, the meme was that it was hip to fuck bees, but that was a song that was playing while I was playing a video game. You understand? It was different.
Think again, asshole.
It was a different type
One
of
good
thing
spill
than what...
deserves another. Your
that-
blood for my drink.
So the meme and the actual bee thing has been misremembered or misinterpreted or misquoted or whatever it is. But thank you for telling me how much I find bees attractive. That's one. And two, I think they look really cute. Alright, so that's one and two.
This is my boom stick.
Three, some of you may have seen my tweet. My Final Fantasy, my Minecraft streams are now getting claimed because I'm playing Final Fantasy music. And essentially, I didn't want to make a huge stink about it, but it's really fucking annoying at this point. Where a cover band, who probably has no idea what's even happening, a cover band is claiming Final Fantasy music as their own. And this is happening to a fuckload of different YouTubers. And it's getting really, really annoying. Hang on, I do have to make a save. So, YouTube Gaming or YouTube Team YouTube or whatever, they just said they were going to look into my channel. They're not doing anything. Like, they need to really handle that and, like, you know, make sure the people that are doing this stop doing this, because that shit is owned by Square Enix, not some random cover band. But they're finding a way to game the system and make money from the system, and tons of people that play Final Fantasy VII are basically getting claimed by, like, some cover band because of Final Fantasy VII music. Alright, chat, you're gonna see this is a real big pain in the ass. I've had to look up what this was. Like, but yeah, essentially this is like the first big secret in the game, and it's a direct Blade Runner reference, and you have to do this kind of platforming. Oh my god. I can't even see the fucking cable. Alright, here we go. So, autosaves aplenty. If you Google the company that's making the claims, all the Google results are about false claims. The companies start up just to make false claims to earn some easy cash. Yeah, I mean, considering YouTube updated their policy, I kind of thought maybe this would be something that they would handle, but they have not handled it. And the tweet I got from Team YouTube was fucking hot garbage. So I've just given up. Yeah, there's only so much I can do. I drew the attention to it, I said what I had to say about it, and that's fine. If people want to... I mean, I wonder, you know, how Square Enix feels about this. Yeah. The guy that founded the company doing the claims responded to me saying that he left them in 2012, and they've gone down the shitter ever since. Yeah, that's TuneCore. I've used TuneCore to distribute my music, and I'll be honest, I haven't had that many problems with them, but I've had some issues. So if they're compounded to the point where the founder had to leave and then shit talk the company, that's pretty bad. That's pretty fucking bad. MDK reference, yep, MDK, murder, death, kill. These fans are the Blade Runner references.
Like tears in rain.
And that is the unicorn. Once again, rest in peace, Rutger Hauer.
Fire in the hole, assholes.
I have that. I have it as a pin. I have two of them, actually. The unicorn. I like it a lot. But yeah, as soon as I saw these damn fans, I knew what was going on up here. The unicorn ruins the movie, though? I don't think the unicorn ruins the movie. The unicorn, well, I mean, that's a matter of perspective. It's the Deckard human versus Deckard replicant. I don't mind. I think the conversation is worth having, because if you want Deckard to be a human and not a replicant, then yeah, fuck that unicorn. Absolutely. This is where we left off. So yeah, I still haven't fixed my problems. I think it's a problem with this game's engine. The frame rate stuff still gets crusty. Anyway, before I talk more about that, I just want to say about the unicorn thing. the idea of the unicorn. Here's a spoiler for Blade Runner if anyone hasn't seen it, the original. We're talking years ago now, so you can watch the movie. There's speculation that Deckard, the main character, Harrison Ford's character, is a replicant. It was never really officially revealed, not even in the sequel. Ridley Scott thinks that Deckard's a replicant, guaranteed, like 100%. Harrison Ford thinks he's human, and a bunch of other prominent people think he's human, otherwise it would ruin the story. But Ridley, the director, is like, nope, he's a replicant. So the unicorn is often cited to be the main clue as to why he's a replicant, and he has a dream in the movie about a unicorn. He has a dream in the movie about a unicorn, and then later, there's an origami unicorn found in the elevator from Gaff. Gaff is Edward James Olmos' character, and Gaff makes these things throughout the movie. So, the idea being that Gaff was able to see into his mind, know that he was dreaming, and just at the end of the movie, just tell him, like, hey, we know who you are. We're letting you get away.
Oh, I really needed that.
So, but it's just speculation. It's not a guarantee, and it's still something that is hotly debated to this day. I don't have really a strong opinion one way or another. I would prefer if Deckard was a human, I think. But I think it's cool that the Deckard replicant thing exists as a theory, and it's a strong theory. But I don't think it ruins the movie.
Happy ending. Talk shit, get shot.
The bigger Deckard theory. Oh, that he's an extra inch taller? Shit. The ambiguity is the best part. Well, in the sequel, Ryan Gosling asks if his dog is real, and Harrison Ford's like, ask him. It's like, I don't know. And that's kind of, to me, like the way of acknowledging the Deckard thing without actually saying it. So, but in the book, in Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, animals, real animals, are like prohibitively expensive. So the fake ones are really what people have as pets. And there's a whole big storyline around that was kind of more or less abandoned for the movie. Unless you talk about the owl. Is it real? No, it's artificial. And of course it's artificial. The comic explores the animal stuff a little bit. The new comic that's been happening. Let's talk about the romantic scene. I gotta be honest, that scene is garbo.
I really needed
I'll tell you why it's garbo. For me. The actors had no chemistry. Apparently Harrison Ford had zero chemistry with, what's her name? Rachel, the actress, Sean Young. And she was like a brand new actress, and she was not doing a good job. She was laughing during the kissing scenes, which for someone like Ford, who is, you know, he's a tough dude, he's a hard ass, but he's a professional. And he's like on the set, and then like she's kissing him to do the romantic scene, and she's giggling. So that is something that happened, and as a result of that, the scene wasn't working. They tried, and so Ridley, on the spot, rewrote it to be something much more forceful.
I really needed that.
And kind of tough to watch, even for me. I'm like, ugh, no. But apparently that's the only way they could get anything out of the scene. Otherwise, it just looked like sushi, cold fish.
I like the way you die.
So, but I mean, there's also some character motivation there. It's not totally like out of the realm of the characters, which is, you know, it's whatever. But that explains a lot. Talk about the love scene in the sequel. No. No, I don't think I want to. That is a weird fucking scene. With the hologram girls overlaid on top of each other. That is a weird fucking scene. That's also kind of uncomfortable for me in a different way. I don't know why. I just, it's like, it's cool. It looks cool. It's a really cool idea. It's just disturbing. Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's so weird.
I really needed that.
It's like a real-time deepfake. Oh, dear lord. Please. I say, I have a bit of a complaint. I like this game's level design for the most part, but because of the classic Duke-isms, I can get lost pretty easily. That's a me problem. Generally. But I do get lost in very samey looking areas. Though I will say this is done, I mean, with a better sensibility just because it's not Duke, and it wasn't made in 95 or 6 or whatever. So I feel like the level design is better, but it's still something that trips me up quite a bit. Cocksock'em. Yeah, I love Clit Lickum personally. He's my favorite character. There's a map that can sometimes be helpful. You know, I did not know about that. This whole fucking time.
Oh, you throw quite a party.
Wait, that actually worked? Oh! Alright, so anyone just joining, I am playing more Dragon Quest XI demo because I like the game a lot. And because I had several requests that I cut the stream at a really cool moment. And I want to get that moment on, on stream. And I also just want to play it because I like it. I haven't played since I played yesterday, so it's, it's the same spot where we left off. But you can, I promise you can mark my words on this one. I know you can post as many kappas as you want, but I will be playing it on my own after that. Until the game comes out. And then I'll just play it, stream it sporadically from there. Because there's like a couple schools of thought about Dragon Quest XI. One is boring RPG, don't want to watch, which is fine. I feel that way too about a lot of games. But a lot of people are really big fans of the game, and they've been really excited to see me play it. And I kind of have both things in mind. Like, I don't want to stream the whole thing, because if I did, it would be a 4-month process, and I would probably start to get bored of it. But I do like it enough to want to stream it again, so... I mean, Final Fantasy IX is still ongoing. Speaking of, I listened to... So, Final Fantasy IX's music is on Spotify, which, Nintendo, you could maybe take note. Anyway, so I'm listening to it today, and I specifically went to the Terra song and Bron Ball, and I was like, just listening, they're like basically the same instrumentation, but, the songs are a little different. And Terra has the melodies of life overlaid on top of it, which is a nice touch. Vinny, I swear you have too many game syndrome. I do. So, I'm listening to this music, I'm like, wow, this is, like, beautiful. I love the way these fucking songs sound. Anything in Terra is just amazing. And then I get to You Are Not Alone, from the scene, and I start, like, kind of getting emotional. just hearing the music, thinking about the scene from last night, I was like, what the fuck? Oh, red card. Like, here's the thing, that hasn't happened. Usually, I can listen to the music, no problem, but having played the game so recently and listening to it again, it just, like, I don't know, it just slayed me. And that's why Final Fantasy... Ugh. Jesus. And that's why Final Fantasy IX will always be my favorite Final Fantasy, I think. Because of where it all goes to. Vinny's stun baton. Oh, I forgot about that mechanic. It's been a week. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry for the running around in circles and talking. Oh. Jesus. Ah!
Dance, fucker, dance.
Boy, they really jack up the enemy amount when you switch from difficulty modes.
Oh yeah. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Oh, I really needed that.
And as cool as this game is for the nostalgia hit, again, this wasn't even my most anticipated throwback. That Wrath, Aeon of Ruin, or Fury, or what, Assholes, whatever that game is, that game, having played it, I can say that that's gonna be a good one. Wrath is top titties. Top shelf titties. Damn it.
Oh, I really needed that.
Why not top tier? No, I mean like top shelf, like alcohol. Like those titties would be, like those Robertsons would be at the top of the shelf, next to the Belvedere vodka. Yeah, it's just like a shelf of boobs, and that one would be up there for sure, definitely.
Say my name.
Fucking hell, the damage that they do. Also, Noita, one of my most anticipated indie games.
Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there.
Yeah. They the developer said that they were planning on releasing a playable alpha sometime this decade. But then they also followed that up by saying there are only 4 months left in the decade. So I'm pretty happy about that. I can't wait for that game. The decade ends December 2020. Jeez. Vinny, new King Gizzard listening party when? I wouldn't be opposed to that. I don't know. I'll let you know. Maybe it'll happen. I don't know. We've never really done that before, but that album is pretty fucking dope. What if I get you all in for the King Gizzard listening party and I just play the Beach Boys instead? I realized, like, when I was playing a lot of Beach Boys on stream, that was, like, when, like, old people try to get you to listen to Frankie Valli. Bobby Darin, it's good. You gotta listen to it. That's my version of that, but I don't even give a shit. Vinny, you can eat the hamburgers on the ground? Well, why would you do that, you sick bastard? Can I eat the Chinese food?
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh. Well, thank you for the information. What era Beach Boys are we talking? Just around Pet Sounds. Like Smile, Pet Sounds, that kind of stuff. Maybe Friends.
Raccoon machine.
Melon really liked that Gizzard album. Vinesauce Tano here. Internet's least busy music nerd. Wow. Look at this. Oh shit. Oh. Tasted like sawdust. Wow. That's amazing. The floating footprint. I'm not talking about the toilets. The floating footprints are amazing. Vinny, you are always talking about Beach Boys and Blade Runner. I am. Though I haven't to be... oh, wow. Though to be fair, I haven't talked about Beach Boys in probably months or a year. And Blade Runner, it just keeps coming up. It's... you know what? It's in everything. Blade Runner is in so many games. It's just... its influence is far-reaching, and I can't help but bring it up. And sometimes I just bring it up anyway, even if it has nothing to do with what I'm streaming. I don't know, it's a happy place. Even though Blade Runner and its universe are some of the most depressing things
Nothing there.
in all of existence. Vinny, that is literally not true. Explain what is literally not true. I'm up for a good argument. Do it. Alien is more depressing. Alien's pretty depressing. Well, yeah, I mean, everyone dies in Alien, just about. Oh, they posted a kappa. Alright, they don't want an argument. That's fine. But if you mean Blade Runner's influence isn't in a lot of sci-fi going forward, I mean, I disagree with that wholeheartedly. It is. It's just, it's highly influential to the point where you see it in so much. You can dodge crossbow dudes if you duck right after they shoot? Okay. Mike loves solo album listening party. Eat a dick. Thank you. Hang on a second. Alright, sorry about that. I had to just remove the, that dude's chat. I didn't feel like accosting one particular chat member. They posted a kappa and then they said they won. Kappa. Anyway, I think Blade Runner's influence is pretty cool, and that's why one day, I swear it's gonna happen, chat. I'm gonna do it on my own time though, but I'm gonna watch Akira and Ghost in the Shell. I am absolutely gonna watch those things. I just need to do it when I'm ready, when I have some time, when I'm ready to just chill out, watch a movie, really get into something, get a little wacky in the head, and then put it on, you know? But I'm not ready for that yet. But I've heard good things, and I'm interested. You know what actually made me want to watch Akira? This is gonna sound absolutely ridiculous. I've already known about its influences, and I already knew that it looked good. People like it. It was recommended. That's all well and good. I was watching a video today. What was this channel? I gotta get this channel. This video was amazing. It was a half-hour video. Rem Lazar? No, that's not it. It was a half-hour long video. Here it is. The Bizarre Modern Reality of The Simpsons by Super Eyepatch Wolf. There's a video from last week, and this video is amazing. And it actually goes into Akira. Now, if you don't want me to spoil how it ends up at Akira, mute right now. Okay, I'm going to tell you how it ends up at Akira. There is something called Bart Kira, which is, there are 2,000 pages of the manga Akira, right? So some people, as in many people, decided to redo the entirety of Akira as Simpsons, using the characters, locations, and more from The Simpsons. That is real. That exists, and that is covered in this video a little bit, amongst other things like steamed hams, about the memes that came from The Simpsons, about what The Simpsons has become, you know, in modern day, which is to say not anything particularly special. It also goes over Marge Simpson anime, which is just absolutely fucking amazingly bizarre, but also kind of emotional. And he talks about how there's this like existential crisis of The Simpsons being stuck in one place for 30 years, and how fans are exploring that territory where the creators are not. Oh, fucking hell. So, I think it's worth watching. Very good video. And also, my other favorite was Simpson Wave, which started as just a silly, like, gif of Bart driving a car with vaporwave music, and then it turned into a whole, like, thing where people post, like, chill scenes from The Simpsons, and they put, like, vaporwave over it. So, I learned about all this for most of this for the first time. I knew about some of it, but obviously I've been privy to the steamed hams thing and have enjoyed it greatly, and even streamed... Goddamn. I've even streamed steamed hams. Like Half-Life 2. And, yeah, really good. I think this channel also had this, let me check. This channel
scene in
also talks about the zombie Simpsons, which is, like a hypothesis that the Simpsons have ended up being, basically a zombified version of themselves. Yeah, it's called The Fall of the Simpsons, how it happened. So I recommend, it's an hour of simp, but it's really interesting. Vinny, have you ever seen Dark Simpsons YouTube channel where they make grim stories using the Simpsons clips? That exists? Jesus. No, I didn't know about that. It's like a fascinating world out there. Well, yeah, YouTube poop. You know, that's the main thing. Like, people rearrange and reorganize YouTube poop to create the funnies. But when you do it in a way that, like, tells a story or explores a character's inner turmoil and demons, that's just crazy. I watched another video that was recommended about Dragon Quest music. Everyone's favorite composer, Sugiyama. Wow. What an interesting dude. Wow. Super cool. Super cool, man. I just want to say, though, the way that he owns the rights to the music, and he stops the orchestrated versions from appearing on the soundtracks right away so that they could sell the CD of the orchestrated version, and they
Really
put, like,
needed
poop
that.
midis in the games instead. What the fuck are you doing, man? Like, people would still buy the soundtracks.
Dodge this.
And that's only the tip of the iceberg. But anyway, now I understand. I'm sure most of you know about it. I'm not going to go into the full detail because I'm just not. But it exists. It's on the internet. You can watch it. You can read about it. And people have been telling me about the Dragon Quest music stuff. And I only kind of got a peripheral view of it because how much can you learn from a couple lines in the chat that's already scrolling at 100 miles an hour? You know, it's tough to really get full... unbiased, but like the full story. And it's tough for me to do the research on this stuff because I forget about it and I don't really know where to look for it, and then I just give up. But in this case, I learned. Also, apparently, there are not a lot of new compositions for Dragon Quest XI. And what's present in Dragon Quest XI that's new, they're kind of like poop. Oof. Like, I've been listening, obviously I'm enjoying the demo, and I like the music I've heard in Builders 2, and I've liked the music I've heard in the
really
demo,
needed that.
but apparently not a lot of it's, like, new. So, the stuff I like is the stuff that's from the previous games. It kind of reminds me of the Tolkien family a little bit. How, like, the Tolkien family does not want any of Tolkien's stuff to be used. You know, and they hated the Lord of the... Christopher Tolkien, who's Tolkien's son, hated the Lord of the Rings movies. And he blocked Peter Jackson and the rest from using the Silmarillion and his other stories. And now it's just... Oh, Amazon's got it. Like, as soon as Christopher Tolkien died, it was like, hey, let's make this stuff now. Again, I kind of understand it. It's like you want to protect your father's legacy because, you know what?
Just my size.
The Tolkien was a legendary figure, whether or not you like his work. Dude has got a legacy, created a fantasy world that has endured, inspired millions of other authors to do similar stuff. And, you know, I get that you want to protect the legacy and not have subpar work done for Lord of the Rings. Like, did you know in the 60s they wanted to make a Lord of the Rings starring the Beatles as the Hobbits? Now, I swear, look that one up too. That's real. I love the Beatles. I love the Hobbits. What the fuck are you people thinking? No, don't do that. So yeah, as someone that loves the Lord of the Rings movies, I will say that that was like lightning in a bottle. And I feel like Christopher Tolkien being protective of his father's legacy, it makes sense to me to some extent. It's just when it turns into, you know, let's block everything and everything sucks, and here's this great adaptation of Lord of the Rings that has brought millions of new fans into the fold and revitalized interest in these stories. To this day, like, I don't know, maybe throw us a bone. Oh, I have to find 2 other ones. These levels are massive. He let Amazon take over, though, so all his snobbery is moot. Now, was that Christopher Tolkien that did that, or was that the rest of the family? Amazon will run it to the ground. Well, they're not doing any of the stories that we know. Well, I mean, hang on a minute. What I mean by that is, the family said that Amazon is not allowed to alter canon. So what the fuck are they gonna do? Do they have to stick to it, like, slavishly? Can they do anything outside of... Because they have some world-class people on the team making that Lord of the Rings TV show. I gotta be honest, I don't know how I feel about that, because on one hand, yes, it's good to stick to the original stuff, but you gotta make some concessions for TV. If they stuck to the book strictly for the Lord of the Rings movies, I don't know, man. I just don't know.
Nice.
I think, stick to canon as much as you can. Absolutely. But there are times where there are some things that work better. As an adaptation, changed around a little bit. That's my opinion. That's my Sharona. Okay. Oh, look at this. That's cool. It is cute too, yeah. Sure. I don't have a problem calling things cute. I called the bees in Minecraft cute. Cute. Then it doesn't matter if it or not if it sticks to canons. It's not for Lord of the Rings fans. It's for Game of Thrones fans who want a new soap opera with dragons. I don't know how much of a bad thing that is if it's done well. Because again, the first 6 seasons of Game of Thrones, barring season 5, I really enjoyed, and Tolkien's writing, you know how much of a Lord of the Rings fan I am, right, chat? Okay. So I'm gonna say this, Tolkien's writing is very dry. I am not a super fan. I cannot read the Silmarillion. And I don't think that Tolkien was the best fiction writer of all time, because I think his prose is damn near impenetrable when you're reading, like, his lore. And even, like, the characters are very, like it's read like a historical, like, thing when you read the books. And they had to inject a lot of life into the characters to make them more appropriate for a movie. See Aragorn as the perfect example. I love what they did with Aragorn. I love what Viggo Mortensen did with Aragorn. And I love the books. I love the Lord of the Rings books, but I get why they had to do some of this stuff. So if they're going for the Second Age, and basically all they have is like the Bible, I'm okay with them making some changes. Now, I don't want it to be, like, overly melodramatic just for the sake of TV. A balance would be nice. Oh. Gosh, that sucked. Tolkien was a historian, of course his writing was dry. Yeah, no, that's exactly. He was a historian. Professor Tolkien. He was a historian who was fascinated with language. He invented an elven language. Genius. We're talking a genius, Professor Tolkien is. But I don't necessarily want to see a show of his Bible. I just don't. if they, if they keep close to it and they do some good stuff with it, that's great. Will Amazon fuck this up? Oh boy. I think even if they don't fuck it up, they will have fucked it up for a lot of people.
Seems like someone's a little behind on the bills.
But they are throwing, of course, because Amazon, they are throwing an inordinate amount of money at this show that could probably feed a small country. Fucking hell, man. Gotta remember to autosave. Yeah, hard mode does not fuck around in this game. Oh, I do have consumable medkits. I have other tools as well that can help me. At least they can't fuck over New Zealand any more than they already have, right? What do you mean, fuck over New Zealand? Do you know how much money New Zealand makes from tourism because of that movie? Is there other stuff? Lord of the Rings ruined the Actors Union in New Zealand? Oh. Well, listen, this is one of those things that I was just talking about, where I can read the sentence, and I don't know what's happening, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. Vinny, do you think New Zealand wants tourism? Tourists keep fucking up their nature. I don't know. Ask New Zealand. I don't know. I mean, I thought that was good for them. I didn't have a full view of the situation, you know what I mean? So I have to actually now I'm curious about what's happening, so after the stream I'm gonna have to take a look. But they built Hobbiton, and they allowed it to be there, and I believe the Prime Minister of New Zealand was even there to be like, yeah, hobbits! You know? So I don't know. I have no idea. But here's the problem. New Zealand isn't one person. New Zealand is lots of different people that have different views over what's good for New Zealand. So it's a double-edged sword is the best way to put it. Look it up, there's a good YouTube series. Vinny, most people in New Zealand absolutely hate it. Alright. Well, I will look that up and try to find the census of most people in New Zealand so that I can discover the truth of the situation. Vinny, you missed it? What did I miss? I missed Tetris? Oh, it is Tetris in the back there. Vinny, are there any countries you want to visit? Truthfully, New Zealand. Alright, well, I mean, hey, thank you for enlightening me, chat. Remember, this is the information zone. And it's good to know the things, but also have a conversation about the things without turning into maniacs about it. So I appreciate being able to have a conversation about stuff like this and learn, and also, you know, just kind of try to get to some mutual understanding. That's what the information zone is all about. And that's what I think would be nice in life, wouldn't it? So I like that. Oh, right. We're not ready yet for that. Which is why, again, I had to direct you to the Simpsons video.
There's this scene.
So you could be in the information zone about the Simpsons and about Bart Kira. There's another video I watched, I think. Oh yeah, it was just Review Bra eating Popeyes. What was the other thing I watched? I like to recommend videos that are good. Speen. Well, let me know. That channel. They have good stuff about space. Have you tried the Popeye sandwich? No. I've been doing some spacing lately. Just really enjoying space. Almost done with First Man. I need one more night and I'll be done with it. That movie is good. I enjoy that movie. I like movies about space. The Right Stuff is a movie I very much enjoy. With Ed Harris, for example. And First Man has really, really good effects. Really convincing effects. I'm not even really sure what's practical, what's not. Vinny, have you seen Gravity? No. No, I know what that movie is. That movie is romance spinning in space.
The old GDF Academy's nearby. Time for a shortcut.
I like The Martian. That's pretty good. Well, again, it's Ridley Scott, you know, and he's definitely hit or miss these days, but that was a hit for him. Event Horizon is low-key one of my favorite movies.
Never trust a machine.
Now, I acknowledge that Event Horizon is a Cheese House movie.
Nothing there.
I'm not really sure what I just achieved by doing this. Vinny, have you seen The Fifth Element? I love The Fifth Element. Watched it again recently. It's still so good. Sunshine? Yep, Sunshine's good. With, Cillian Murphy? Hang on a minute. Check this out. You know what this is?
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
Tim Curry is one of my heroes. I, just love this fucking guy so much. I'm being a little dramatic by calling him a hero, but I love him. And, you know the clip, but just watch him deliver this. He's either on the verge of laughing or he's acting masterfully.
By capitalism.
You know, is he about to lose his shit? I love that they kept this as the main take.
Space!
Like, that's just a really good take. Thy flesh consumed, huh? I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Mark's relationship counseling service. 1-900. Don't ask. I like that I can't escape Tommy. Tonight you got Beach Boys, you got Beatles, Lord of the Rings, Blade Runner, and Tommy. All in one night. All in one stream, one game.
Bang.
And space. And bees.
Despite all your rage, you are still just a rat in a cage.
How dare you?
I will ensure your demise.
Oh, you did. You succeeded. That was my demise.
Spite all my rage, I'm still just rat in a cage.
What is chat? Please help me. I found a secret. I don't know what to do with it. There's a second fuse outside. Okay.
Despite all your rage, you are still just a rat in a cage. I will
That is so fucking corny.
Get that fucking jalopy out of here.
Okay, I kind of enjoyed that one. It's no Half-Life crossbow, but it'll do. I saw this at PAX. They had a physical, like, crossbow. Same for the shotgun in Wrath. And this is where I just spam grenades. And miss every one of them. We really have no cover here. Ugh.
Despite all your rage, you are still just a rat in a cage. I will demise.
Get that fucking jalopy out of here.
Yeah, like the crossbow is good. I think it. Yeah, it's probably good for a sequence like this. I'm just missing a lot with it. It's these little fuckers that are hard to hit. I have a lot of people telling me about the Amazon burning, and I don't know everything about what's going on there, but people are like telling me about it, and they want me to like do something about it, and I don't know what to do about it, so I'm just gonna tell you about it. I'm not really maybe the best guy to go to for that. Not like Vinny put it out, but they just want me to know about it. So chat, the Amazon's burning. It sucks. I don't like hearing about that stuff, but it's happening. So, you know.
Oh my god, the quarterback is toast.
Hold alt fire for like 5 to 10 seconds on the crossbow. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is so much more mental than I expected. Oh, you just like unleash your whole wad with that thing. It's fucking hell. This game is too hard! This is not baby games. Ugh. Fucking hell, even me using the medkits is not necessarily helping. I need to devise a better strategy here.
How do you like your ribs?
That was my strategy.
Yum, yum, yum.
Okay. Now would be a good time to have some yum yum mushrooms. They just keep coming. And they don't stop. They just keep coming and they don't stop coming.
Yum, yum, yum.
Mushrooms. I love that this pistol is still viable. This revolver is still viable this far in. It's amazing because I was able to complete that by using that. Health on the statue. Oh, there is health on the statue. Lots of it. Hooray. Second fuse is in that little vent right outside the door for the secret.
Nice.
Oh, this was one whole level. Vinny, you just passed it. It's in the wall. That vent? Oh, yeah. No. Vinny, where is Hooray from? The Pink Floyd song, The Gnome. By the entrance door, okay. Oh, there it is. It's from Sieve Gaming. Just some dude that makes Mario Maker videos. He's really good. There's like only a couple channels that I will watch the videos of the second they are uploaded, and Sieve Gaming has quickly become one of them.
Nothing there.
Red Letter Media, yeah. This whole room is a reference to Hardware from 1990.
I've got a present for you.
I haven't seen that film. Isn't it good? Yeah, there was a back and forth with William Shatner and Red Letter Media. And then Macaulay Culkin got involved and was like, Bill, you should do it. You should go on the show. He thought they were a band first, and then he thought they were a podcast. And then he's like, I lose interest after 10 minutes on a podcast, so no, I'm not doing it. Oh, this is what hardware is? I remember seeing something like that. Well, I mean, Bill Shatner is almost 90. He doesn't look it, but he's almost 90 years old. Expecting him to know what Red Letter Media is, and then expecting him to know, you know, who Red Letter Media is outside of the context of a podcast. Like, he probably just learned about podcasts. He probably, like, podcasts have been around for like 15 years. So he probably just found out last week. No, but the truth is, like, he's 90 almost, and yeah, he probably does lose interest and get bored. Like, in his older age, he has a hard time remembering the stuff he's going to say, and he struggles with that a little bit. And I feel like, you know, that's just age. So I don't think he's being a dick. I think he's just being honest. I think he would lose interest after a certain amount of time. All right.
Someone's already here. Guess I'm late for the class reunion.
Real gamers aim for 100%. Nope. Completionists aim for 100%. Completionists are real gamers? And only completionists?
Assembly required.
Damn it. Yep, there's that sound. Ah, you fuckers. Can't believe this game has its own head crabs. Also, I won't be happy until there's a They Live reference in this game. I mean, considering Duke's most famous quote is a They Live quote. You'd imagine we'd get a little bit more, or like a tribute to Rowdy Roddy, at least. Sometimes you just need a dumb first-person shooter. Sometimes you need to shoot. Sometimes you just need a game that allows you to just indiscriminately shoot everything and run around and, you know, not have to worry about cover so much. Even though I'd argue this game is a little more cover dependent than I expected. Doom Eternal, however, will be very different. I think Doom Eternal is going to be very much not about staying behind cover waiting for something to happen. All they gotta do to not fuck that game up is stick to the formula. And now they're saying that the game is like 20 hours long. Which is like... that's a lot for a first-person shooter like that. But I think one of the best parts about Doom 2016 for me was the RPG elements. Not one of the best parts. Let me rephrase that. Shit.
I really needed that.
Something that worked really well for the game to keep it interesting all the way through were the leveling up, like your weapons, upgrading them. So when I say RPG mechanics, that was incorrect. I just meant upgrading your equipment and your doom slaying and choosing weapon upgrade paths. That was good. Kept things interesting, gave you a choice, and it encouraged secret finding. It felt meaningful and purposeful. And yet still kind of had that classic feel of a first-person shooter from these days. So yeah, in that sense, Doom Eternal, I think, is going to be wonderful. I think it's going to be just more good, more shoot.
Holy shit.
Doom Internal shall be the third in the series. They shrink the Doom Slayer, and he has to go through, like, the pee hole of a Baron of Hell. This Baron of Hell has been genetically altered to be invincible, but only on the outside. It's like you have to go through the spleen, the liver. Yeah, Baron of Hell's inside story. Fucking diabolical. Yeah, I just stole that plot line a little bit from the boys. Vinny, have you played Blood? I have played Blood. I didn't finish Blood. Blood was not my growing up FPS. The same way Doom, Quake, and Duke were. But I played it. Blood 2 in particular. There's also a time on AOL keyword ANT where you could just go on there and download demos. And it was like, oh, I don't have a game to play because I'm broke. But, oh, there are a million demos. Let me try it.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever played the 2D Duke Nukems? No, I haven't. Hang on a second. My goddamn headset. I feel like it's now getting weak in one ear. Either that or I'm losing hearing in one ear.
How do you like your ribs? Nice.
Have you ever walked outside and forgotten where you had parked your car? Ever gone mountain biking? Have you ever fucked your best friend's wife? Whoa, Riker, what are you talking about? No. I said, have you ever fucked over someone else's life by fucking your best friend's wife? Oh, that's much better, Riker, thanks. But you know, I love Riker. I think Riker is a cool dude and everything, but he's the... I think if Picard got married and they were... Let's say they weren't drinking synthahol at a party and Riker was there, he's making the eyes. I'm just saying... But I mean, you see what Riker, you know, what he does. Like, he sits on chairs, and he's got a beard. So he's a very suave, debonair kind of James Bond-esque figure.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
That's why I'd recommend watching Riker Googling. Or not watching, but it's a Twitter account. Vinny, he was Kirk. He was, yes, he was the Kirk amalgam of the show, but he kind of was less rebellious than Kirk, and maybe the word evolved isn't the right word, but...
Dodge this.
It also, it's the 24th century, so there's like, you know, in the Star Trek universe, things have become a little bit more in the Federation, a little less cowboy diplomacy, as they call it. More, enlightened. I guess maybe I can't think of the right word. So, as much as Riker started as Kirk, like, oh, we need, you know, this kind of dude. Oh. I feel, yeah, he ended up being a very different character than Captain Kirk. Vinny, there are bees in Minecraft. Did you think I could go 5 minutes without being notified of that announcement after it was revealed?
I really needed that.
So, it's the same with like, most stuff people do that. I don't mind. I'm not saying, like, I mind. It's not like you're actually, like, coming to my house and taking a shit in my toilet and being like, Vinny, you know about the bees? No, it's just, it's internet. You know, just look away from the screen. That's what I do. So, I don't really mind, but I did get told about the bees about 40,000 times. Same thing for Tommy Wiseau. Anything he does, whatever it may be, Joker. Welcome to the new Joker! Ah! So pretty much anything he does, I get notified about it immediately, so, so you don't have to worry about that. I just want to show you Tommy Wiseau as the Joker for a second, because there's a little clip of it that I've been playing, but now I want to show you the full clip, or at least more of it.
Joker. Let me introduce you to the
Look, his take on the Joker is just screaming.
leader of the room. Let me introduce you to the new Joker. Yeah, we're on.
Tommy Joker tape 2 kilo.
What doesn't kill you make you stranger.
The sad thing is he looks perfect for the role.
The new Joker. Ah!
Makeup is good. Face is good. I don't know about those screams, but I'd watch a Tommy Wiseau Joker movie. But only if it was written and directed by him. He's just ripping off Heath Ledger? Yes. Well, that's gonna be the hard thing for that new Joker movie to, you know, get through. Because, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker does look a little bit like Ledger's Joker. But it's also different enough that, and, you know, they're going with the red color scheme. Hey, it's not the Mortal Kombat Joker, at least. Thank God for that. No, the only reason I make any comparison to Joaquin Phoenix and Heath Ledger is the long hair. And the makeup a little bit, but yeah, it's like a different take on the character, but inspired still by Heath Ledger's...
Yeah.
I feel like the realism of what Ledger did with the Joker, that like dark, edgy take on it. That's a stank that's kind of hard to overcome because he did such a good job with it. And the writing was good and, you know... Dark Knight, I think, is still a great movie, but some of the themes of the movie are a little weird upon rewatching now. It's like kind of beating you over the head with some of them. But I think it's still a great movie. I still like watching it. Holds up very well. So, I don't know, I'm kind of interested in this new Joker movie. I maybe... You know, the people that are into the Joker, I'm sure you know better than I whether or not this looks good. But I'm really curious to see what they do with it, and how they...
I'm sorry, but the doctor is out. You'll have to make an appointment at the Institute.
Yeah, it's getting an R rating. Hang on, sorry about that. Yeah, it's getting an R rating, so maybe they'll do something with it that's actually, you know, not Jared Leto. Whatever they do, it can't be worse than a lot of the Jokers we've seen in recent years. And you know what, Mark Hamill? If Mark Hamill was younger, just a little bit younger, just 15 years younger, I feel like they could have given him the role and he would have done great in the makeup, and he would have had the energy and the performance and the voice, and I think it would have been really cool. He might actually do the Joker in the TV series crossover. Well, I mean, he's gonna do old Joker? Maybe there's a story there. Yeah, but the other thing about Mark Hamill is, too, like, he's a phenomenal voice actor. And he's, you know, he's a good actor, but, you know, you don't really see him outside of Luke Skywalker, so he got typecast. And he really didn't have a lot of roles going forward after Star Wars. But, yeah, hit him as Joker could, in live action form, I think it would have been cool like 15 years ago. Now I'm not so sure, unless they try a completely different storyline for it. Oh, that's fucking... Only Harrison Ford got really big after Star Wars? Yeah, pretty much. He's the only guy that wasn't typecast by the Han Solo thing. Oh yeah, he played Cockknocker. I forgot about Mark Hamill's classic role as Cockknocker.
I really needed that.
Vinny, only Peter Mayhew was bigger. That's +1. You get +1 for that. I like that. He played Chucky in the most recent Chucky movie. Yeah, he was the voice. He took the role over for Brad Dourif, who played Grima Wormtongue, incidentally, in Lord of the Rings. So now we've come full circle. If you were in the Amazon Lord of the Rings show, who would you want to play? Well, considering I have no idea which characters they're going with, aside from maybe a couple elves that we are aware of, and Sauron, it's clearly going to focus on Sauron, I think. You know, his treachery, and how he got the elves to build these rings for him, thinking that he was their friend, but he was fiend, not friend. One letter difference. Who would I play? Well, let me ask you that question, chat. Which of all the Lord of the Rings stuff, what would I be best suited for, based on my appearance? I'm opening up a can of worms with this one. Oh boy. Gollum, Goblin King, Gimli, Treebeard, Eagle. Someone just wrote Eagle. One Aragorn. Thanks. Aragorn wasn't even a seed in the Second Age. But I'll tell you what he did. He jumped over the hill. The ring. Vinny, you're gonna play the ring. Okay. Alright. This was a bad question.
Oh, I really needed that.
I'd play like maybe like a weak knight of Gondor. You know, like I don't think I could be Rohirrim. I don't think I could ride a horse. I would just be like a Gondor soldier. But like, you know, not like a strong or good one. Sauron's left butt cheek. This is good. Hey there, Meridaro, Rumbadillo. Tom Bombadil's the only real answer. Yeah, I like the music in this too. It's like just good music to go and run around and shoot centipedes too, you know? Hey there, Mary doll! Oh. Ah! I deserve that for singing. Where the fuck am I? No, there's the yellow door was around here somewhere. So I got the gold key. Just gotta find.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah.
not more of these fuckers. No. I've passed the gold several times. I know I have.
Say my name.
Found the exit. No, Janet! I will not say your name! I believe that's the correct area. Oh, come on! Jesus! That's happened. There have been so many deaths in this game that have been me either exploding from a distant mortar or that. Oh, I found a bug. Problem is, I can't fucking see anything because the hallways are so dark. And considering the game's engine is purposefully old, I can't see, like, lighting, so, like, of muzzle flashes and stuff. So I pretty much just have to take a shot in the dark.
Everything's blocked. Time to improvise.
What? Shoot? This character solves every problem by shooting. Time to do my taxes. With my gun! Oh, you suck. You don't like a lighthouse, you suck.
Oh, I really needed that.
Chat, did you hear me cough just now? Not once, like a double cough. I muted the second one.
Everything's blocked. Time to improvise.
Okay, so you heard a little bit of it. Alright, so, because I have, my muting is very different than it used to be now that my headset is broken. This is the level that never ends. Oof.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it sounds like. There's 50 armor near the entrance that I missed. Behind a red door up the stairs to your right. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, my navigation skills aren't exactly renowned. So we're gonna just forget about that armor. Brute force. At least it's not Turok 2, right? At least it's not Turok 2. Though I would love a Turok sequel that goes back to this classic formula, but just has better level design. You know, new crazy weapons, more dinosaurs to hunt. Just, you know, classic Turok. I'm not talking about, like, John Turok Space Marine. I'm not talking about General Turok Man who has to, you know... Wasn't that a thing in a later Turok game? There's a general that you had to fight? Turok Evolution? Vinny, I'm listening to a podcast interview with Night Dive. They said that that is something they would like to do since they have the license, but they just got too many games in the pipeline to do that. So Night Dive officially has the Turok license then. I mean, maybe they'll get to it eventually, but it would be nice if they maybe, like, opened up a... like another studio to work on it. Or, like, outsourced some of it to, you know, a good indie team that can handle it. Because, again, you don't need to do much with Turok. You just take it back to the basics. Just go back to Turok 1 and 2 and keep it, like, kind of nostalgic with no fog. Keep the visuals about the same, like you know, like Wrath and this. And just do more Turok's stuff. Turok's stuff. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to get up there. Well, aside from that, yeah, Turok would be great to have back, but if they're not going to do that, what they should do is take Turok 3 and pair it with Rage Wars, which was the multiplayer Turok that came out after 2. And then you got yourself another good game to sell. Yeah, Rage Wars was actually pretty damn good. Three was good too in its own way, even though it was less good. You missed a lever in that room? Oh.
Looks like I'm getting tanked tonight after all.
Turok 3 was more like Half-Life than Turok 2.
Yeah. Tear down this wall.
Mr. Gorbachev. Well, I often think about what it would be like if there were space aliens that came down to invade us. How quickly we would put aside our differences, Mr. Gorbachev.
Bad Reagan? That was a bad Reagan impression. I mean, that more or less was an actual quote. I can't tell. It sounds good in my own head. I just can't tell. It was mediocre.
Well, it's not Richard Nixon, I'll tell you that much. I'm tricky, and so is my Dickie.
My Nixon impression is just Futurama. I've learned.
Imagine the future, because you're not in it.
Do you know that Khrushchev wanted to potentially team up with JFK for the space race back in the 60s, in 63? There was an offer. I think Kennedy wanted to work together with the Russians in the 60s so that they could get to the moon together and combine their technology, because the US had better computers and the Soviets had better rocket technology. And Khrushchev was just about to accept the offer, and then Kennedy was assassinated, and he was like, I do not like LBJ. And then they stopped. So I wonder, like, how different things would be. Like, that would have had maybe a massive butterfly effect. Maybe it would have made things worse in the long run. I don't know. But I often think about these things, and I'm like, well, how different would human history be if that was the case? And also, how much further would space travel and colonization have progressed?
Someone's gonna pay for this massacre.
I mean, it's tough to say. It's just, you know, it could go in the opposite direction, too. It could be a bad thing. You never know. Where would Tim Curry escape to then? Oh, man. I don't know. Inner space. He'd have to shrink himself and go into Khrushchev's balls. Isn't it nice that we can go from a deep alternate reality history where, you know, two superpower enemies work together to achieve something for the common good of mankind, and then we go into Khrushchev's balls.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Again, it's also nice to be able to talk about this stuff without people losing their shit for some reason or another. Just making conversation. Which is why it often derails into Khrushchev's balls. Oh my god.
Oh, I don't think that's covered under warranty.
Whoa, this beast still be under warranty. Ugh. Alright, I'm gonna stop here. move on to Dragon Quest XI again. Yeah, the game doles out new weapons very slowly. Which makes me think it doesn't have a giant arsenal. I like the slow weapon, retrieval. That's good. It means you have to, you know, figure out how to work with your arsenal as is, and then when you get a new one, you have to spend like an hour with it. Or you could just play like fucking which Doom mod was it that had like 70 weapons? Russian Overkill? I like a variety of weapons. I like a fairly large variety. Perfect Dark is a good example of a first-person shooter that has an extremely interesting set of weapons. But you still have to, you know, work within your limitations because you don't bring all of them with you. Yeah, Perfect Dark might be... It's possible. Don't quote me on this. It's possible. I'd have to really think about this. Aside from, like, maybe the Turok games, Perfect Dark may have my favorite arsenal of any video game. The secondary weapon functionality in that game, all of it was really good. The laptop gun, like they're memorable, they're unique. There's still some shit that hasn't been done in games since Perfect Dark in that arsenal. Oh, that's yeah. I just want to save down here. I want to get past this one part and save down here. Alright. This is the shotgun. Huh? I want to... I wanted to write new boot. New boot. Goofing. Alright, well hey, thanks for watching. We're gonna take a quick break. Again, I may not stream more of this game. I may. I'm not sure. It struck my fancy tonight. I felt like playing a dumb shooter game. Operational keyword, very dumb, but enjoyable fun. And, you know, I'm gonna switch to Dragon Quest XI demo. Once again, let me explain. I'm playing it because I want to. And also because it's been requested. So, recrusted. Here, have a good song. It's the song I like, at least. I'll be right back.